So after that hike over those slippery rocks yesterday, I discovered that I kind of need new shoes. It's basically the sole is not connected to my shoe anymore. So I'm going to be going today. Some new shoes. Also the sleeping pad that my brother gave me for Christmas pops. Or well, it's acquired a leak after less than 20 days on trail. So that's rather annoying. So I need to get either some sort of pad or something. Probably gonna end up with a full mat, which is annoying. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the Big Agnes inflatable pad to kickoff in March in Georgia, but I'll need it. Hey everybody, it's January 26th. I'm back on trail. It's looking overcast and it's supposed to rain later, but for right now it's not raining, so I'm gonna try to push. I'm about 2 miles from Blue Mountain Shelter. I think that's what it's called. If I'm wrong, I'll put the real name in a clip. But I'm gonna push to the shelter, get there, see what's up. My knee's sore. I tried to buy a knee brace when I was at Walmart, but I couldn't find one that would fit me. So I'm gonna have to just go with it. Try to hike through the pain. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. So I stopped to get some water. Filled my 3-liter C-Knock bag in about 20 seconds, which is awesome. No need for the scoop today. So I've only been on trail for just a few minutes, come maybe 2/10 of a mile before I stopped at this water source to fill up my water. I hiked out with some water, like a half a liter of water from town, but it was chlorine tasting and gross, and I prefer fresh, clean water when given the chance. So I generally like to stop at the first water source out of town and fill up on real water, so I don't have to drink that chlorinated whatever chemicals are in the public water system. And I'm sure there's chemicals here too, but at least it might be fresh. Check out this view I just found. Oh, that's pretty good. Sorry about the trees. I'm sitting down. I'm pretty tired. Uphill, coming up to where I'm at, and it's hot. I'm a little sweaty. Anyway, it's a pretty view. I just stopped for a minute. Took a leak, and I'm gonna rest for a minute, maybe drink some water before I keep going. My shoes got soaked, and so I got wet socks, which isn't comfortable, but whatever. Beautiful waterfall. I didn't see any way to get across without getting my feet wet, so I changed into my Crocs. My socks will still be wet, and I'm gonna hike up my pants a little bit. Socks will be soaked, but they'll dry out overnight. My pants might get a little wet, but they will also dry out overnight. But shoes take forever to dry out. So I'm just gonna tromp through the water and make it to the shelter. I'm almost there. It's like 0.1 to the trail that goes to the shelter, and then from there it's another 0.1. So I gotta fill up my water bladder and take that with me. I'll want to come back out later and get some more water probably after I filter this. But there might be a trail. I don't know where the shelter is from here, but we'll find it. So sometimes on the Appalachian Trail forums on Facebook, which I'm very active in all of, by the way, if you don't come from there, you can find several AT through hike forums and Pinhoti Trail forum on the on Facebook. So anyway, sometimes people will ask, hey, can I forage? Can I forage along the trail? Can I bring a fishing rod and go fishing? This right here is about average for the streams you cross on the trail. Can you fish in this? I mean, you can put a line in. Are you going to catch anything? I don't think so. So yeah, foraging on the trail really isn't possible because you're not hiking the trail. Somebody that was foraging the trail would take probably 4 years to complete it, whereas a thru hiker's goal is to do it in 6 months or less, or in my case more. But whatever, foraging is not possible. Anyway, some foraging is possible, and if we get lucky, I'll get some forage on. Like I've found fiddleheads and I've found ramps and other edibles. But if your goal is to eat only food you find on the trail, that's not possible. Anyway, I'm going to get to the shelter. I'll talk later. Ideally, this is how I like to filter my water. I put the Sawyer on, and I have a hose that runs to another bag, and I can just sit back and relax and have clean water. Hey everybody, today's the 30th of January. It's been a couple days since I talked to the camera, and I'm sorry for that. I just got a little bit, I don't know, weird. I felt a little weird for a couple days, so I guess I was feeling antisocial or something. Anyway, about 5 miles from a road. It's not the road into the next town, but it is a road into a small town that has limited resupply options. So I'm going to pop in there, get some limited resupply on. Something's wrong with my phone. It wouldn't accept the charge. It might have just gotten too cold. It was pretty cold last night. Anyway, I'm packed up, almost packed up. I'm still in my tent, so I gotta get out of the tent and pack the tent up, and then I'm gonna hit the trail and try to do 5 miles pretty quick. There's water everywhere, so I'm not gonna be carrying any water. And I know I said I wouldn't do that after I got dehydrated, but this is different. The trail's flat. It's not going over rocks. It's mostly flat. I'll show you a screenshot of it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. When I say it got pretty cold last night, take a look at this. There's ice on the inside of my tent from moisture. Yeah, it got cold last night. Alright, almost done packing. So last night I camped in a place called Zulu Canyon. And while it's flat and level, it's 9 o'clock and the sun's still not up over the horizon, which means this is probably not a good place to camp. I'm freezing cold. My fingers are numb, my toes are numb, and I gotta get into the sun to warm up. But that's where I camped last night. It's not the first time people have camped there. There's 2 campfire spots, but I don't do campfires. There was too many loose leaves anyway. Anyway, I need to get into the sun. I'm freezing. I don't know if you can see it down there. And the sun is right in my eyes, so I can't see how good of a view I got. But down there through the woods is a stream. A pretty big one, too. I assume I connected it, but the trail was that way. So I don't actually know. Well, now I gotta cross this river. I'm gonna take my boots and my socks off, roll my pants up, and put my Crocs on. That way my socks don't get wet. I'm also gonna stop and have a little bit of a breather, get some water. I said I wasn't gonna be hiking with water, but I've got this old peanut butter container. It's empty though. It's empty of peanut butter, but I've had water. I put some water in it, and now I've got water flavored peanut butter flavored water. I am going to try to find something. I like the idea, but this lid comes off way too easy. I want to try to find something better. Some sort of bag that I can put water in and just carry in my pocket of my coat, like that. That way I can easily access it and I can get water when I'm hiking. So I got to figure that out. I was thinking maybe the bags that come with smart water filter. Nobody ever uses them for dirty water. Maybe I can find one somewhere and use that for clean water while I'm hiking. But I don't know. Anyway, I gotta figure. I'm gonna take a 15-20 minute break on this. Well, probably I should take my break on the other side to let my feet dry and warm up. So I'm gonna get my boots off and go across, and then I'll take a break. Alright, 3 general rules of thumb when crossing any water body. Number 1, You absolutely do not want to have your pack belt or your chest belt strapped. If they're clipped and you fall, you could drown. Number 2, you absolutely positively do not ever want to cross a stream barefoot. Even if it looks sandy, and this one does not, even if it looks sandy, there could be a piece of glass or something hidden. Number 2, you absolutely positively do not ever want to cross a stream barefoot. Even if it looks sandy, and this one does not, even if it looks sandy, there could be a piece of glass or something hidden, something sharp, you step on it, you cut your foot, now your hike is done. Or at least severely hampered. Well, I'm home for the night. I did 5.1 miles today. It's 4:15, so I've got about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes to get my tent set up and cook dinner if I don't want to eat in the dark. There's a road in another mile. I'm down to like a dinner and a half, 2 dinners and 1 breakfast, so I'm gonna hitch into town, hitch down the little road tomorrow to a gas station and hope I can get a couple bits of resupply on. Hopefully I can get a hitch because it's a mile and a half and I don't want to walk it. But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna set my tent up and call it a night. You have a nice, I'll talk to you later, something. Alright, I'm cooking dinner. You might be able to hear that. The pot's right there. I know I shouldn't be cooking in my tent, but I am. Anyway, I'm cooking dinner, but I gotta be honest, I'm feeling a little nauseous. Hopefully I didn't get any bad water. I filtered all my water, but my water filter did get frozen at one point, or well, it got left out for several hours on that day that it froze. So hopefully it didn't freeze solid, hopefully it didn't break. But fortunately I'm pretty close to a road. I said earlier in a clip that it was a mile, but it's only 0.6. So I should be able to get there pretty early. Good morning, everybody. It's actually pretty bright out. But it rained last night, which was unexpected to me. I mean, obviously, but I got rain all over my tent. So it only rained for a little while, but I'm hoping the sun will come up and dry out some of the tent a little before I get up. Because I don't like putting away a wet tent. It comes out smelling musty. And it's heavier than a dry tent. When you leave a campsite, that should be the only evidence of your stay. An outline where your tent was briefly for the night. It's a nice campsite. It's got a tree down, but nice little fire pit. Anyway, I'm gonna make it push the road. I didn't have breakfast this morning, so I'm gonna try to get something hopefully at this gas station. It's 2 miles from here. It's 0.6 to the road. I hear traffic, so hopefully I can get a hitch fairly easy. I made it to the road in about 30 minutes. As I approached the road, I saw about 6 cars go by the way I need to go, but now well, here comes one. Alright, I'll talk to you later. The most important rule when hitchhiking is the first thing you do when you get to the road is attach your poles to your pack. As you can see, my poles here. There's 2 reasons for this. Number 1, the number of times I've heard about people losing their poles in a hitch's car is just saddening. And 2, poles can look like a weapon to somebody that's not familiar with backpacking. And they don't want to stop for somebody with a weapon. So, here comes another car. Well, I made it. I didn't get a hitch. I had to walk the whole mile and a half. And man, that was rough. It was basically all uphill. So on the plus side, it'll be downhill going back if I can't get a ride. But I'll certainly try to get a ride again. Anyway, I got some food. I'm going to sit down and eat. And then go and get some more food and eat that too. Because I'm freaking starving.